Guys, let's do a general message for whoever's going to resonate with this. General message. Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers. Wow. We'll get into it. Knight of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. Sorry, I get really excited when I lay it down. The Five of Pentacles. Here we go again. I'm getting excited. I don't know why am I getting excited. Well, probably because of that. Because I could feel it. I was taking on the energy. Like it's taking over me. Okay, we'll get into it. The bottom of the deck is Temperance. Okay, so the very first card out is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a card, well, it depends because it's the wheel, and the wheel can spin this way or the wheel can spin this way. This can be positive or negative, fortunate or unfortunate. It depends on what side of the wheel we're on is how I'm getting it. And this has to do with a decision, a choice, perhaps of like another's. Like a decision that someone is making, a choice that someone is making. Is changing the course of direction. So for example, this could be a person who's choosing you, like they're choosing you in some way, whether it's in career, in love, in whatever, which would mean the wheel may go against another who wanted that position, that title, to be chosen, to be picked, but you're getting it. Or it could be the other way, where we're not getting chosen for whatever this is, and it is going in the favor of someone else. So the universe has some type of plan here. And we can't really control this. We can't really do anything about it. It's up to fate. It's up to destiny. It's up to maybe, you know, someone else's choice, someone else's will. It's either the universe making a decision that they're making the choice, they're making the decision, and we have no say-so in the matter. We are to accept whatever is about to unfurl, be revealed, be uncovered. Or it's a person, and same thing. We can't do anything about what another person chooses to do. But we can do something about how we react to the choice they make. Something like that. So this is change, for either for the better or for the worst. Because a decision has to be made. All right, well, what does this choice have to do with? I think it has to do with who's the right fit, because if this is the outcome, this is about our alignment with others or our alignment with the situation. Are we aligned with this person? Are we aligned with this position? Is it for us? Are they for us? Are they right for us? Are we right for them? Are we right for this position? Are we right for this, whatever it is? So let's see. Why is the Lovers here? Are we the right choice? Oh, uh-oh. I'm going to put it back in because I'm using two Rider-Waite decks. Well, shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. You bet you're right. Mr. Right? Mrs. Right? Okay. Please show me the Lovers. Again, either this is a person making this choice, this decision, or it is the universe doing it. God, whoever you believe in, higher power, source. It is destiny, it is fate, whatever you believe in. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is. So our destiny, Mother Judgment. Our destiny could be in the hands of another individual during this time, or our destiny and how something's about to turn out is basically the universe is saying, move over. Jesus is taking the wheel. Or whoever, you know what I mean. Because not everybody has different beliefs and believes in different things, but that's just how it came to me. Unless this is you making a choice or decision here on a person or what you're going to do next, it's being made outside of you by a person or by God, the universe, whoever you believe in. Because judgment a judgment that someone is making or that's being made in the universe, like a reckoning, is influencing a choice that will change the course that someone is on. The world, majorly. It's evaluation. I got evaluation yesterday. Which this could be a great message to get after the message I got yesterday about someone being scrutinized. This may be even both in this message, where a person has made a choice or decision or is planning on, with this judgment card, making a specific choice or decision that would either be for you or against you, but the universe has another idea. That's why we got maybe two cards of the Wheel of Fortune. Because perhaps if that is the case, the universe is saying, I do not agree with the outcome that you are trying to put on this person. I do not agree with you trying to mess with someone's destiny. Wow. Oh. This could even be a situation where, like, let's just say, I don't want to focus on that. We got enough of that yesterday. But if someone here was trying to make a decision, like they had the power to control someone's outcome, to control someone's luck, destiny in a situation, like if they did in some way, and they were making a decision that might have not been great, and it wasn't right or just, I don't know, I'm not seeing the Justice card, but you know, this is coming out. The universe may be like, think again, and not only are you not going to do that to this person, I'm going to almost like level the playing field. Like the outcome that you were going to put on another person, the action you were planning to take, the decision that you were making or planning to make, will now befall you. Holy shit! And that is the truth of the matter. Oh my God, we've all been there. We've been there. If we can really think about it, we've been there. Maybe on both ends of this. And ultimately, who's in charge? Or what? We can think it's us. Shit. Anyway, so let's just speak of this because I don't know if that's the message for everybody, but that's definitely the message for someone here, which might be good news for someone who might have been just who there was like a plan to do something to oppress a person, to bind them, to control an outcome for them. Maybe it's not been in good judgment. And so the universe is maybe... But okay. So the Lovers with the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment. Well, there's a ton of majors, like big ones too. Serious ones. All right. The Lovers. So the Ace of Swords is here to say, are you sure you want to make that choice you're about to make? You sure you want to make that decision? Are you sure the decision that you've already made and the choice that you've already made, are you sure that that's the one you want to stay with? Are you positive? You sure you want to do that? It's almost, it can't even be seen, this message, like a warning. You know, like, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful. It could be like that. This is a breakthrough. If this is an individual person, this is someone who's now seeing the truth of the matter. They're seeing the truth of a situation. Any type of lies or illusion or deception or confusion, we saw that Death card, or death. We saw that, well, that makes sense that I just said that. We saw the Devil card. Someone is now realizing. And it's a blessing. It may hurt even, but it's a blessing. Maybe it's a truth about ourselves that we're realizing. Lies we've told ourselves. Something we've told ourselves to convince ourselves. Maybe that we can't do something, or we shouldn't do something, or blah, blah, blah. But we're getting past the blah, 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 and we're kind of like, no. No, we're not kind of like. This is clarity. And it's clarity inspired by a higher power. That's why you have these little speckles of Yod. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Which is God. Or whoever you believe in. It's the higher power saying, I'm going to cut through this shit. And it's a double-edged sword. I'm going to cut through this shit. The sword is double-edged. And I'm going to show you the truth about yourself. All of us. Or I'm going to show you the truth about the situation with others. Or another person. So that you can see what you're really doing. Or what they're doing. What you're involved in. What you're getting yourself into. What you've already been involved in. Something like that. And it's just kind of, I don't know, cutting through our own lies or cutting through other people's lies or just illusion. And now we've gotten to the truth and we realize what we need to do. That's it. Somebody here is realizing, if it's a person, it's not the universe. Somebody's realizing, okay, this is what I'm going to have to do. Doesn't matter what my pride wants. Doesn't matter what my ego wants or what other people say. It's about the truth. And this is the truth. Whether other people try to convince me it's the truth or not, or whether other people try to discourage me or, get me to see something else, it doesn't matter. I see it. No. Or yes. Because this could be a very positive message. This could be, ultimately, it's a blessing no matter what. Because it's better to see the truth about ourselves or others or a particular other situation than to be blinded by illusion, self-lies, outside lies. I'm getting the Eight of Swords in my head. I haven't seen the Eight of Swords yet, but I'm seeing it in my head where we can almost feel like we've got ourselves trapped in a situation where it's like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this or get out of this, or I feel like I can't, because that's kind of a card of I can't, I don't know how I can't. I'll tell you where I connect to that is when I was getting sober. Just the alcohol alone, even before I quit smoking, just the alcohol alone, for the first little while, and I've talked about this before, but I felt like, oh my God, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do this. There were so many things trying to convince me. It's just lies. Trying to convince me I can't. Oh, you've already done enough damage to your body. Your liver's already shot. You're already jaundiced. Your Billy Rubin is fucking ridiculous. Like, you're gonna die. I was told that by doctors, like, you're gonna die. Okay? So I had every reason to believe that I wasn't gonna make it through that situation, that I wasn't going to recover or get better. But God showed me, and the universe showed me, no matter what anybody else fucking thinks, yes, you can. Now, maybe not in all situations does this work, but in this particular one, it did for me. And I'm seeing it in this message that someone's seeing, like, no, I see the actual truth. And change can be made, and change can happen. And I have a choice in the matter. Wow. I have a choice to continue dealing with this person. I have a choice to continue dealing with these people. I have a choice to stay at this job. I have a choice to keep watching. I have a choice to read that. I have a choice to respond in a certain way. I have a choice to keep allowing something to affect me. I have a choice. So I'm choosing. And some of you, if this is love, a person is choosing you. Some, they're not choosing you. Some of you, you're the one. You're choosing a person, or you're not choosing a person. Meaning, if you already did, you may not be choosing them any longer. You may have changed your choice. Which, contrary to popular belief, sometimes we get locked into these agreements, into these commitments, and it's like a fucking prison sentence. There we go, another reference to the Eight of Swords. Like, I can't get out, I can't, and there's all these reasons why. But sometimes it's just not a good situation. Maybe it started off that way, but it doesn't always end that way or end up that way, and we start to see it, and then we think, well, I can't get out, maybe because of this and this and this and society and our friends and family and all the money we have involved. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, you can. Do you want to? That's the real question. You have a choice. It's something like that, at least in this particular message. This can also be someone who is like, I'm going to clear the air. I want to clear the air. I want to make myself clear. And so that's what I'm going to do. I don't think somebody's questioning their own choice. They know at this point in this message, for whoever this is for, it feels very positive to me. It's just like a sigh of relief. Even if for some it's, initially hard to hear, even like if we're not chosen or we're not picked or something. What's that saying? Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Like, it could be that. I mean, do you relate to that? I do. You know how many relationships I look back on now and I'm glad they didn't work out, or I'm glad that they didn't even come together. I'm glad that I didn't create life with that person, even though I was like, no, I was so devastated that we couldn't. Yeah, I'm glad, ultimately, in the end. Because those choices then would have shaped where I'm at today. Just like everything else. Okay. Or again, this is God, the universe, whoever you might believe in, a higher power source that is deciding something. And it's final. And we have no control over the outcome. We can just accept, or we can resist. This is about acceptance. This card as well. Ten of Swords is about acceptance. Well, this card can be seen in, just like every card can be seen in several different ways. But this card here would be saying, I'm accepting that this is the choice I have to make, or I'm accepting this is the decision or choice that another person is making. I'm accepting that this is the way the universe is clearly wanting this to go, or it wouldn't be happening. That is very difficult to get to that place. It is. I'm not making it like it's easy. It's not at all. But it is a sign of almost like a spiritual breakthrough. Oh my God, that's what that is. Somebody's having a spiritual breakthrough. This is huge. Now, on the flip side, this card can be someone here who's having a spiritual breakthrough, but they're not handling it well, and they're not accepting it. They're resisting it. Maybe this is the people who don't want to have to make a choice, or don't want to accept that someone else is making a choice that they don't agree with. Because that means the will is causing some sort of change that they do not want. So they're in resistance to this change, to this choice, to this decision, to this action being taken. They don't want to accept it, and they could be kind of maybe trying to cause something to not happen. Trying to cause, like, making a situation worse than it has to be if they just chose to accept that this is the way things are right now. This is the way they are. This is the way that they're going to be. This may also go where there's a person who is refusing to accept the change that is at hand due to the universe being in charge of this change, or like it's nothing they can control, or another person or other people. It's kind of like maybe even being dramatic. Like someone could be very dramatic here about an ending because it's not going in their favor, or the way that they had hoped or wanted it to be, or the way they wanted it to stay. It has the opportunity to teach them a lesson in a good way, to cause them to have a major spiritual breakthrough to where they won't even have to ever experience this particular thing again. Not if they learn the lesson, but if they're choosing not to. That could be the other way this goes. Otherwise, this is someone who this is the very end. Thank God it's over. That's what the Ten of Swords is. Thank God it's over. It's been hell to get to this point, to get to where we finally can take a breath. There's really only one way to go from here, honey. It's either keep drinking and die, or get sober. It's either quit smoking and heal our lungs. I'm speaking because this is the things I've done, so it's just the easiest thing for me to talk about. Or continue doing it and continue getting pneumonia and pleurisy and bronchiectasis and what all the other things, getting sick and fuck myself up. Ultimately, it is our choice. That's why the Lovers is here. Ultimately, it's our choice how we handle something. What we choose to do, how we choose to react, how we choose to respond, how we choose to accept or not accept a change or situation. Go about something. It's our choice. Everybody has a choice here in this message. It's saying everyone has a choice. What are we choosing to do? How are we choosing to handle something? Whether a choice is being made that we have no control of because it's being made by another or others or the universe, God, we still have a choice. How do we respond to that? How do we let that choice, which is creating a change, affect us? And if we do, that's okay to let it affect us, but how long? And in what way? And to what magnitude are we letting it affect us? Or if it's our own choice, same type thing. There's only one way up from here. This is like the sun will come up tomorrow. The sun is coming up. It's not completely dark like in the Devil card. It's not completely doom and oppression. And no, we're at the fucking end if we want to be. And I think someone here on one side wants to be done with something. They want something to be over. Might be painful, but at least once we reach that bottom. Kind of like in swimming. When I used to be on swim team, I would sometimes let all my air out, like a lot of us did this, and we would see if we could sink all the way to the bottom in like the 12-foot pools, just all the way to the bottom. Sometimes it was really hard to get down there because you start feeling like your lungs are caving in when you get so far down, and just go down as fast as you can, because that's the key, to go down as fast as you can, let all your air out and just sink, and then push yourself off the ground and catapult all the way up to the top of the water where you can breathe. Like nothing feels more renewing. It's like renewal. And this is a card of renewal. It's almost like being reborn in some way after this catastrophe, after this ending, after this challenging change, after these choices and decisions or whatever. I can let it create a new me. Or I can resist, I can hold on, and I can fight it. And I can be bitter and angry and see myself as, why is this happening to me? Which, I mean, it just depends on what this is, because this is bad. This is tough, man. You know, this is tough, and I don't know what this is, so I understand why somebody could feel that way. Like, it feels like the whole fucking world's against us, and God and the universe, and is like, damn, just let me lay here and die, why don't you? No matter what I do, I sink. It's like we've attached rocks to our body and just sunk the fuck down, although we haven't. If anything, we've removed things to be able to come up higher and elevate. But somehow we're still sinking because there's more to come up, there's more to get out. This is kind of like the energy of, we can let something that is happening here make us or break us. Or because something has broken us, it now has the potential to make us. And we end on the Two of Cups. And look at this. And the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, that's a definite new beginning. These are two cards of new beginnings. One in which, well, we got three. This is three fucking indications of a new beginning. Potential. We have the potential, given how we respond to this change, to see something way different and have a different experience, to be reborn, if we choose that response. Two of these cards are inspired by the divine, and this is just kind of clarifying that. This one is, we can bring it into the here and now. Do we want it? Do we want this? Then a choice has to be made or has to be accepted. The Devil again. And sometimes when we're making this choice, like if it's us, and we're making these decisions and these changes for our lives, you can have people that want to hang on for dear life, who may even try to do things. Sometimes this card right here, the Six of Pentacles, can be seen as the merchant who's giving to these two individuals down here, as giving, like, what is the true motive for you wanting me to stay in your life? Is it because you really love me, or is it because you just don't want me to be with anyone else? It's not that you really want me or appreciate me, or that this is even a healthy connection. Let's be honest to ourselves now. This is not healthy. You and I are not healthy. We're not meant to be at something like that, right? Or it can be. That's just an example. It's coming to me like that. But let's be honest to ourselves. Are you being generous with me? Are you being more loving to me? Are you trying hard? Do you actually give things to me? Whatever that is, give me your time. Text me all the time. Call me all the time. Are you being more of this? Because this is a good thing, this is genuine, this is true, because I'm not thinking it's true because I'm seeing what's true and it's opposite of this? Or are you doing it because you want to maintain control of the situation with me? Whether this is romantic or not, this can be happening in work as well. It can be happening in any situation. The one thing I do like about this card, though, is if you notice the merchant is away from the town. Do you see behind this guy in the blue, there's like a castle way off in the distance, and the trees they look like they've gone into the parking lot somewhere, like way away from the town, which would somewhat imply, hey, you know, I'm giving this to you in secret, like maybe behind closed doors, I'm being this way towards you, or I'm being generous to you in some way because it is genuine. Because I'm not doing it so that other people see like some sort of facade. Yes, sometimes that's what this card can mean. But also they're in a parking lot, which could mean, and I could have stayed in the building and done it in one of the rooms behind closed doors. But now I've gone into the parking lot so everyone can see from every building that look how happy we are. Look how in love we are. It's like all for show. Or look how much I appreciate you or love you. Like, this is not genuine. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not genuine. It's not a genuine, I am giving of myself, whether it's my time, my resources, my energy, whatever it is. It's not genuine. Why someone is doing it and trying harder and doing the most is because they don't want to be left, or they don't want to have to suffer because they want to maintain control. That is the truth of this particular matter. And that is why the truth is here, to show someone, now you can choose to, you don't have to, you can stay, you can repeat and continue doing it, but I don't think somebody wants to. I think this is about being honest with ourselves. And I think in someone here being honest with themselves, because they're having like an awakening, that's what this is. In someone choosing to be honest with themselves, it's almost like God knows their heart. Their heart actually does want the truth. Maybe it didn't until now, but they do want the truth. And they're starting to see the truth, whether it's the universe came in and bopped them on the head and now they're like, oh my God, I see the truth. Or however this is transpired, however this is going about. Someone sees the truth of their situation and is like, yeah. And so the devil's like working in overtime. To not lose control. But again, if you notice those chains are very loose around their neck. They could just pull them off. Meaning maybe I stop receiving from you. Maybe, if I want to get out of this, I stop playing into the choice that I've already made and realize, well, I can start making different choices and actions. Whether you like it or not, or you keep trying to keep me here, I can stop receiving from you. So if you're giving me time and attention, I can tell you we need to stop. If you're wanting to be more sexual with me, I can tell you we need to stop having sex because I already know this isn't going to work out and I'm leaving you. So we can stop being intimate with each other. I can stop having you give me money or presents or gifts or do little things for me. I can stop. I can choose to let myself go and set myself free from your grasp or from this grasp. We can do this in work. We can do this in our relationships, whatever it is. I can get away from something that is trying to make me feel as if it's actually good for me. But it's not. It's a lie. Even if I have to suffer for a little bit, yep, there we go. This is the acceptance of suffering. It's like, even if I have to suffer a little more or a lot more, the choice is clear. Even if I have to do without, even if I lose, ultimately, I'm gaining more in the end. It's like me losing my breath in order to reach the bottom. But ultimately, I gained a lot from that. One, I accomplished it. I did it. And two, I rose above. I rose back up. So I taught myself that I could do it, that it wasn't impossible, that I could get through it. And it didn't matter how difficult it was. I was able to conquer. I'm surprised the Chariot's not here. So it's this is the energy of like, despite opposition, despite, you know, even the opposition, the imposing forces inside of myself trying to convince me that I should continue doing something, or continue with a choice that I've already made, or a decision I've already made, or a way that I'm living, I should continue doing it, or continue there, continue with this person, continue at this place. Despite that, and then the other side saying, no, you know better, you deserve better, it's time for a change, let's do this. I can pull them together. And my strength of will is so strong that I can push through this. This may be a decision where maybe there's like if it's a work situation, there could be a complicated, well, that's putting it probably lightly, situation where someone is now being put in a situation or position where they have to make a decision where there's been opposition, there's been opposing forces, and maybe there has not been fairness. And so someone may be realizing that something hasn't been fair, and it's a double-edged sword because the cut they're about to have to make might cause something to be a little bit harder for a minute, but it's ultimately the right thing to do. And that's the message. Holy shit. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.